the Lunox, he can flicker easily access that. Right. Cho gold lane or the Moskov.
Nosha's in a bit of a dilemma right over here. Coach Bonchan probably is as well. Now, from the looks of it, it's going to be a ban checks. A hero that we have not seen through the entirety of the day. It's a marksman versus marksman matchup, Renmar. We haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, the last time we got to see the Beatrix picked up by Nosha suffered 2 out of 5 games. That's his record for this lockdown basic attack. Oh my goodness, I think it's cliche as it sounds, going to boil down to a lot of the execution. We're going to be looking at the EXP laners and spending duty versus Nosha. No, I will double down on what I mentioned earlier. Lancy needs to show up here. The good thing is he's the third option. The Fanny and the Wanwan are your main options, but the Lunox might make or break TNC.
The Phoenix Army looking for their first playoff victory in Season 9, but for Twisted Minds, their first victory in organization history. Leo, Naisu, go ahead.
Thank you so much to the panel for breaking down our very last game here for day 1 of the playoffs of MPL Philippines Season 16. It's me, Naisu, and Leo to bring you Game 5. Leo, it's a fanny in the hands of Zyda over here.
Welcome to Mobile
For
Legends.
TNC to, after Season 9, make it deep into the playoffs, it would be with Zyda's signature Fanny. Look at Trimar here, trying to push out Kaloy and Lansu from flushing out that backside of the lane to protect Zyda. Again, this is one of the things that you got to consider when you bring a Fanny into a game. It's very purple dependent. Not only do you have to watch out for those singular pick-off crowd controls, but you also have to make sure that Zyda gets his nom-noms.
He needs all the nom-noms or the buffs that he can get, especially the purple buff. Like, that is the most crucial one. The only problem I have with Fanny, even though this is such a big pickup, a marquee pick for Zyda, is if you get behind at any point in the game, then you have to rely on the team to go ahead and help secure those purple buffs for you, because the team's gonna be putting pressure on you if you fall behind even the slightest. And like we've seen from MP the King, he's locked in on the Hayabusa, man. I think I mentioned this when we first brought it in this series. I was like, MP the King is one of the better Hayabusas in the league. And so he's getting a very strong pick, signature in his right.
Oh, Chakno coming in with the Unbreakable, looking for that taunt, put down very low, forced to use that Revitalize. Zyda dashing on through, spreading a good amount of damage on Kaloy and Sean. I agree with you, Joseph. If you're saying like top 3 Hayabusas in all of 16, I think he's there.
He is.
So his performance all throughout the series, I like.
Yeah, you like, I like. Well, what they need to do is secure the first turtle. The momentum on this for both of these junglers would be great, but they got to rely on the teams, of course, to set this up. No level 4 yet for Kaloy, but they're going to force it.
Oh my God, Kaloy gets dunked on by Trimar as Zyda comes in, scooping that turtle up, a stolen AOG. I am you, you are me, and down goes MP. Shot following through, TNC, burn it up, trading Lancy for 3 while taking the turtle for free.
Oh, and the old Lansu burned the flicker because he knew.
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to, but he wanted to try to get the kill there to cap it out to make it hurt a little less off of that. TNC found a whole lot plus the turtle there. And that's what I was saying before that turtle take was there. I was like, man, Kaloy's not level 4 yet on that Kalea. And, that was a major thing that they didn't have. TNC decided to go for it.
So speaking to all the minds out there, if Kaloy were level 4 like he is now, might be a different story. Zyda might not have gotten a free pass at the Retribution.
But then again, I guess the question was, like, 3 more on this Phobius. He's enough to be aggressive with a flicker and then make something happen, and that's just what Phobius is able to do. Because the whole thing that even Redmar was pointing out was the Phobius and Chaknu and the Ganaconcha give that space to Zyda and the rest of the lineup here.
And it's just enough of a window. Like the 1 or 2 seconds that Twisted Minds are awkward about using that zone, that's where Zyda comes in. He slips through the cracks. But something to consider and remember, throughout Season 16, Trimar has yet to win with the Phobius. He's 0-2.
He's 0-2, man.
He's 0-2 up against Lanzu's debuting Hilda in the XP lane. So you got to consider in execution and in utility,
It makes sense, but he has yet to fully, get a dub out of this.
Maybe it's his time to make that happen. Defy the odds here. And Threemar is already off to a great start to make that happen. Again, a lot of this is going to come down to working in that synergy between the Phobius and the Gatakacha, because then later on they can rely on Benny Cutie. What a pick as well when it comes down to potentially your last game for the playoffs. It's Benny Cutie on the 1-1. Again, a nickname for his little baby girl out there.
That's right. It literally is in his blood. He has he didn't birth, but he raised a child who he lovingly calls 1-1. And looking at TNT, just all their draft alone, it looks like it's all trademark picks. I think Coach Etomashi said, yeah, pick whatever you like. Sean gets zoned out here. Threemar again on his case. In comes Kaloy, dumps him, goes up. There's the answer from Sean. And Nosha, not enough damage. Sean falls already. Speaking of which, the Connect Sean gets disrupted, and they steal away the purple. TNT all over the rookies of season 16.
They give the purple to Lancey. Man, talk about the windows. Is MP going to do anything here?
Oh no, MP forced to use that shadow kill defensively. Shadow's on through, but Threemar says, we ain't done with you, and Zaida gets another.
Zaida gets another. Again, even with the flying clouds, Twisted wasn't able to get back into the fight in time. So this is also going to be the second turtle in the hands of TNC.
Again, we've seen flying clouds punish teams that keep trying to go again and again.
Yeah.
And now TNC are looking at a 3,000 gold lead at 5.5 minutes.
This is probably the best lead they've had in the series so far.
Best
TNC.
early start that is consistently just ramping up.
They're ramping up.
I'll agree with you.
Yeah, Benny Cutie hasn't even needed to really do much yet. Like, he's letting the team do all the work while he just farms up. Tier 1 down and the bottom goes down.
Maybe a prime example of even after Project Next, what you would call a gold lane experience.
Yes, sir. That's adapted now, too. I mean, it's kind of weird to think about that with all the fighters we're seeing in the gold lane.
Yep. They both reverted back to the marksmen.
Yeah.
Markswomen in this case.
Markswomen. And might as well go again for your comfort picks in your one of these teams' last games of the playoffs. The pressure here, though, is, again, if you look at that last fight and the fights that have happened even before that, it's such good use of a Phobius and a Gatakacha, man.
Yep. Yeah, that little synergy.
It's so good.
That combo wombo.
The combo wombo, which then Zaida's allowed to pick those windows of opportunity and puts enough pressure on. And usually it's going to be Sean that's the lowest health here. So, look at this. Threemar is actually able to take multiple members of Twist and push them off. Malefic Roar to Blade of Hepsies now. The ball over here for Zaida locked in at 4-0 in this Fanny. He's going to be devastating even to the tankiest members of Twisted Minds.
And slowly but surely, the floor is turning into lava because Twisted Minds can't even get out of their own side of the jungle. An AOG answered by a tsunami slam. Threemar's Vantage Flicker only to die as Sean in the back line gets visited by Zaida. Traded 1-for-1. Sean for Threemar. Shadow kill. Lancey barely alive after that brilliance, forcing Chagnu to hit that revitalize. Still a successful push by TNC. In comes Zaida. Does not have the cutthroat. Still takes down MP. Zaida, you are a monster.
And this is why everybody that knows Zaida and have seen him play, when the Fanny was locked in, even Hans said, oh, we forgot about the Fanny. I think a lot of people did because he's so good on it. One of the best Fanny players in the league.
Fanny without a buff, arguably, I'd say Ryzen. He's so used to playing from behind, but Fanny under ideal conditions, Zaida any day.
Oh, I don't know. Again, it's just, if you're facing this kind of gold deficit for Twisted, what do you do to gain back control? And again, we were talking about the Luna open up here. It works so well against MP the King's Hayabusa. Every time he pops the shadow kill, you've got the brilliance there.
Speaking about MP the King's Hayabusa, he still builds a Sky Piercer. In my opinion, that's a tad bit greedy. When you're down 6K like this, and you can't catch a break, is really spending a 1,500 gold at this point in the game the best plan of action?
It might not be, man. It might be just...
It's like being in debt and buying Lambo.
I don't know how you're going to buy a Lambo in debt, but,
buying ice, you know what I mean?
You're going to take a loan on that, or...
Exactly. He can't afford it, that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what the Skyfiercer is here.
Not a single turret they pushed, and he's like, Yeah, I'm gonna build the piercer.
Hold on, guys. That's basically what he's saying. Because again, I
Stacks
think
will come.
the stacks will eventually get there. But look at this too. Now Betacutie has the win of nature. He's completely skipped the boots. He doesn't need them. He just goes the items. He's got 3 now locked in, plus the leather jerkin, I believe it was. Yeah. Benny doesn't need boots.
Nope.
He just needs airtime. I don't even think he's even had a major crossbow of Tang yet. Because again, like I was saying, a lot of the work in this portion of the game, 10 minutes in, has been the rest of the team. Zyna alone has pumped out enough damage. I mean, even then, he's 3K ahead of MP the King, and 4 levels ahead.
Now, if Zyda built a Sky Piercer, I would feel it, but I wouldn't blink. Stolen brilliance here by Sean, forces to use it defensively, and TNC push him out of defensive range. They can't even protect this tier 2 down bottom.
Yeah, that is an early tier 2 that goes down. Lord is spawning now. Oh no, Sean, what are you doing here?
Sean has no IMU. In comes Dreamer. In comes Chaknu. The answer. The Tsunami Slam. Kaloi might just go down. Zyda takes him. And they skedaddle on out of here. TNC approaching the 8K gold lead.
They get this. Are they going to be able to take the purple buff here too? Or does MP try to rely on the team to help secure it? Nope, too late. Zyda's going to make his way for the Lord. They know with the numbers advantage and this kind of advantage of 8,000 gold, it should be an easy objective to take. I'd be surprised if Twisted wants to try something. Now, I won't count out MP. He's done it before. He might try to steal this away at least, but it's going to be blitzed down. The Lord quickly worked on it, secured here for TNC.
Look at the big lines line up. They're not meant to hold down front lines too long. Lansu can run around, sure. Kaloi can punish with a Tsunami Slam, but listen, Mike, they don't have the firepower just yet. Look, they could get Chaknu here. They do indeed with a Tsunami Slam, and they take down the Mamba. Quite a slip up from TNT. I don't think they needed to do that.
I was just saying, was that all just for the shield? He's like, I'm going to push them off the turret so this one cannon minion will get into the holy shield. And
you know what?
I don't know what was the idea there.
Up 8K and you're in flying clouds, maybe. Look, that's the lane that Lord is coming through.
Yeah, so the shield goes down. There's the charge. It should be the charge for the Lord and walking his way in there. So they might be able to just go get this turret down with this kind of lead and maybe pressure up. But without the Mamba, they don't even get the turret.
It's a long haul plan. I'd rather err on the side of optimistic and look at this glass half full and think that TNT are planning for the long haul. Maybe in the next Lord, coming in 2 minutes.
Yep.
The reason why they forced the issue on that one is because it's the long lane, Joseph. It's the lane that is farthest from the Lord. So they'll allow for that wave, to just simply crash in, and then they can contest. Oh my God, forcing a flicker away from Kaloi. Down goes that Kalia. Sakura taking a quick dart nap. TNC gets a free pickoff. Again, almost in itself makes up for Chaknu's sacrifice.
Exactly. I'm surprised that now it's Twisted, the ones that are like, yeah, let's try to get this purple buff for MP.
Never mind.
But never mind. I mean, you're looking at this situation for Twisted. It's like, what do we find here?
A turret down to a fifth of its health, plus a holy shield for Chaknu. Good deal.
Good deal. It was his first death too.
A purple buff?
Yeah.
Maybe not. That might have been a more costly little blunder.
Well, right now, I don't know what Kaloi's going to go for. He's maybe trying to get the Tsunami Slam off Zyda, but they do eventually. Now that top turret goes down, so the work that TNC put in earlier on, minutes ago, finally pays off. They get the base turret down top side. They still have about 45 seconds for that Lord to come up. And really, it's kind of them just, hey, if Twisted wants to fight us, we'll fight him. But it's kind of funny because Twisted shouldn't be fighting. I don't think they are in a position to be able to do that. Even this next Lord, I would almost say, I don't know, do you just give this up? Because, again, you're facing elimination point for the playoffs here, right? We have to put this in the context. They're nearly 10K behind. Their carries for this game are not there. I mean, look at this. Nasha's been doing okay farming-wise.
He's down 1,000.
He's down 1,000.
We've seen worse.
But, man, he's had no room to even pop off on the damage because Zyna has had all windows of opportunity to take.
What he can do to pop off. is just, give it up to these waves. He's so good at the high ground defense.
Yeah.
So I think Twisted Minds, all
Makes
things
the best.
considered, are making the right call. No contest, not even going to cross the threshold of our immediate jungle and give TNC the second Lord. We'll just take it from our inhibitors.
So this is now the question. For Twisted Minds facing this deficit, we've seen it before. We've seen games turn over on 10K deficits. It can happen, but also, what does Sean take here? He's been holding on to the Avatar of the Guardian Ultimate. Is that going to work the best for them in this situation on the defense?
I think he has two best options, right? You mentioned the Avatar. I think he'd do good with a Brilliance as well.
Yeah.
Like, imagine just standing there. If Twisted Minds find a way to be on the offensive, the Brilliance would be great. Because you could put Sean in a spot where he is in the middle of the action, deals a lot of damage, and then can still flicker and dash out.
Oh.
That's best case scenario. But when you're looking at 11K down, a Lord inside your base, and all your inhibitors taken down, might not be the best. So maybe AOG.
We'll see if they do it. Still holding on to it. They got to clear the Lord. 2 turrets down in the base here. They still hold on. Does TNC push the situation? 3 more.
Comes in.